Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about don't know whether to be more upset at Uber Eats or the customer. Uber offers $50 tip for Costco run, then the order gets delivered. So there are higher orders on Uber Eats all the time, and to be honest, from this headline, I don't know what this driver is complaining about. I don't know if it's a wholesale club issue, if it's just a shopping issue, but she is talking about something that happened during this delivery, and we're going to talk about it. So with that said, we're talking about everything that's happening during this Uber Eats run, how it actually is for Doordash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub drivers and customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. A woman who delivers Uber Eats orders as a side gig says she was a victim of tip baiting, a phenomenon which customers entice drivers with a large tip, but then change it to zero after delivery. There it is. Okay, now I'm picking up what she's putting down. So tip baiting is a plague that is all over Uber Eats, Walmart Spark, Instacart, and apps like that. And while it is frustrating for Uber Eats orders being a food delivery order, for shop and pay orders of any kind, they are the most vicious of tip baits, because how much time did you spend shopping for each individual order, looking for every individual item, only for no tip to be received? Like, what the hell is that? And then the low functioning will always justify how it's okay to do that, when in reality, you don't screw with other people's money. TikTok user Epicroamingadventures at Epicroamingadventures posted a viral TikTok detailing her promised tip versus what she ultimately received. I'm going to leave their TikTok and their profile in the description so you develop your own opinions on the subject. Her video detailing the switch up for the Costco run accrued over 35,000 views on the platform. Additionally, several folks who responded to her video argued that Uber Eats should make changes to its tipping policy. The things you do for content, huh? First off, no app should allow for tip baiting. Once it's on there, it's on there. It's no reducing it after. It's none of that shady shit. Too many of these customers pull this crap. And quite honestly, it shouldn't be allowed on the platform, period. I don't care what their obviously wrong opinion is on the subject. It should be illegal to do that.
You guys want some tea? Okay, I'll give it to you. I don't know whether to be more pissed at Uber Eats or at the customer who did this to me.
To be perfectly honest with you, I'd be mad at both of them. Be mad at the customer for pulling this shit, but be mad at Uber Eats for allowing this shit to begin with. There are people that won't drive for Uber Eats, Instacart, or Walmart, not because of the fact that they don't have order volume, they do. But the reality is that why would we want to be on a platform where the money that we're seeing is not guaranteed? And if you want the money back, you have to fight through so many people to get it back. In addition to working a full-time job, she does Uber Eats. The gig allows her to earn some extra cash for the holidays and her son's upcoming birthday. Wait. First things first, happy birthday.
Lo and behold, the first order I got was for this amount. What a blessing. I was so excited. And it was to go to Costco and shop for 26 things. I live about 5 miles from Costco. That's not really where I want to be on a Thursday night during the holidays when Bass Pro Shop just opened right next door and it's a zoo. But for that amount of money, absolutely.
22 miles worth of driving for the 4864 plus the amount of time to actually shop for each individual item. I don't know if it would be really worth it for me, but it could go higher because it's the Uber Eats platform. She estimated that shopping for the 26 items in the store would take her about an hour. This, combined with about half an hour of driving, meant she'd make a decent hourly rate. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if that's really worth it to me, but to each their own.
So I shopped for everything, got 100% completed, packed it all up for her. I packed her chemical stuff like she got Febreze and things like that in a separate box. She had 9 giant bags of chicken nuggets. Okay, you like chicken nuggets, cool. And she also got some ribeye steaks for about $50. Those chicken nugget bags, by the way, are about $17 a piece. Her total was $422. So yeah, that average is going to be, that amount is going to be feasible for that.
I wouldn't call the amount of tip there feasible, but it also assumes that it goes up. So, okay.
I even put the steaks in between two of the frozen items so they would stay nice and cold. So I get it delivered. I'm communicating with her the whole time. I'm on my way. I pull up. I get her PIN from her. I proceed to hand her everything, ask her if she needs help with anything. And at the end, I said, thank you so much for your generosity. I really appreciate it. My son's birthday is coming up.
You know what the worst part about this is that you really did go much further than most other gig workers would, and you told her what the benefit that you would receive for that, and how thankful you were, and she still pulled this shit. I really hope, a part of me would be so broken to think that humanity has fell this much. I really hope that the company stole it. I'm not even saying, like, I hope the company stole it because they're a shitty company and you deserve it. No, I hope that humanity hasn't fell this much to where it can't be justified in that way. You know what I mean? Like, please tell me humanity hasn't fell so deeply to where that's a normalcy. I know that happens on Instacart, and a part of me is like, that's why I won't prioritize shopping orders. But that is the most vicious thing to do to somebody. Like, the fact that that's okay to some people is disgusting to me. That is why I'm such a firm believer of not doing shopping orders on apps that tip bait, or don't take an order where tip baiting can be done to such a vicious capacity. Like, losing a couple of bucks would have been like, whatever. But you lost $50 for an hour and a half's worth of your time. They are the epitome of scum of the earth.
So right away, I get this amount. That is my fare from Uber. That's what comes through right away. They have an hour to change the tip, either make it more or they can make it less. So watch what happened. She lowered it. She took the entire tip away.
Okay, you see that right there? That's when I would be all over the phone lines calling support saying that the customer violated the contract and you expect the full amount of which you were promised. Like, that is the most vicious thing to do to somebody. I don't care what anybody's obviously wrong opinion is on this. That is a vicious thing to do to somebody. Was this driver tip baited? Going on, the TikToker began to discuss the phenomenon known as tip baiting, the bane of many delivery drivers. The Daily Dot previously reported on this practice. Workers for Doordash, Instacart, Uber Eats, and other delivery applications have criticized the practice. This method is predicated on the idea that a driver is more prone to take a delivery if they believe it's associated with a tip. This means customers have a higher likelihood of having their request processed in a timelier fashion. Additionally, as evidenced by the care at Epicroamingadventures put into handling the Uber Eats customer's order, better service may be provided. Upon receiving their order, customer will then rescind their gratuity. This leaves drivers with less money than they initially thought they would receive for the work they accomplished. That's why I would never, and I mean never, allow a customer to pull this shit with me. I would be all over them on this. I would be all over the app to make sure I was paid in full. I would be so furious on this, and that's why I don't do shopping orders. I don't want to open myself up to this. Like, it's one thing if it happens with a food delivery order. You lost 15 minutes of time, they tried to pull something, you can fight support to get it back. That's a huge loss for a Instacart order, for an Uber Eats order, for a shop and deliver order in general. That's vicious. And that is why I don't believe customers like that are worth serving. They need to be removed from the platform.
This is called tip baiting. And it's happened to me before, but not in that amount. And I've been up all night, not only just angry, but sad that somebody would do that to somebody, especially after they expressed such gratitude and did such a good job. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. When someone says, I know a lot of people have a lot of feelings about tipping, and you know what? You're entitled to those feelings. Hey, you're entitled to those feelings. Again, I have a full-time job. I do this on the side. But what comes down to, someone says they're going to give you almost $50 for doing any job, and they only give you $9.50. It's wrong. It's just wrong.
If somebody did that to me and it wasn't through the platform, they committed $50 and they paid 10, I would have a lawsuit on their hands so fast. I make sure that shit is in writing. I make sure I get that to a small claims court and I sue the fuck out of them. It is just wrong. I love how all of these no-tip losers or tip-baiting shit stains love to make the point of,
why don't you take it up with the company? Why don't you take it up with them?
first off, you're not only deflecting responsibility, we have taken it up with the company, we have worked with other companies like that, but you just revealed your character on how shitty no one would want to work with you. Your justification is, why would you work on an app if they're treating you like that? You just proved that you're even less worth working with than they are. I'm not saying Uber Eats is a good company, but tip-baiting bitches, I don't care what anybody says, are 1,000 times worse. They don't deserve anybody's service.
And what it happens is it makes me want to not do those orders anymore. And so some of you are going to try to order on Uber Eats from Costco here in St. Augustine. And I would have done that order, but I'm probably not going to do it anymore.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. Why would anybody want to work on an order like that if that's the way you're going to treat your driver? At some point, no one's going to want to work those orders. Viewers slam tip baiting. One user assured the TikToker that the customer would ultimately get theirs under cosmic law. Karma will take care of business. I hate that justification. I'm not saying that there's not a level of truth to that, like their attitude will come around to bite them in the ass, but that doesn't justify anything. Like, I don't believe in the concept of just letting it go. No, you gotta take measures to make sure that shit never happens again. Number one, contact Uber and explain you never want to connect with that customer again. I would never take shop and deliver orders anymore. That is a long-term consequence you need to learn from. You need to make sure that these people are held accountable, at least in some kind of way, because in reality, they're just gonna keep pulling this shit, and some people end up better for it. So you gotta make sure that there is like, hey, don't fall for this crap. Why do you think I make these videos? So that way I can make mistakes or other people can make mistakes and we can all learn from them. As opposed to everybody experiencing the pain one or two times, we allow people to experience everything on their own terms. However, others couldn't understand why Uber Eats allows users to adjust their tips so easily. This is crappy. They should be kicked off the app and banned from using the service, one user wrote. I know that Uber Eats is fighting that. I just don't know what they're actually doing in regards to that. Like, are they actually going to stop this? Because they said that before once, but I don't think it's actually going to happen. Why does Uber Eats allow this? That's the problem here. Yeah, she's a shit person, but she shouldn't even have that option to do another claim. To be honest with you, I can't prove this, and if I'm wrong, I wouldn't be surprised, but this is what I believe. Uber Eats allows for this because it adds a level of anonymity to them. As far as you know, you receive $15 as a tip. It could have been $20. But as far as you know, it's $15. Or maybe they did just take the tip from you and, oh, but the customer reduced it. Are you going to approach the customer about that? No, because you're going to get deactivated. Are you going to approach the platform about that? Yeah, you might fight for it, but some people won't. And because those other people won't, they lose a couple bucks here and there. And a couple bucks to you is among many couple of bucks they've taken from a lot of people. So I believe they allow for that for the customer so that way they could do it themselves. That's just me though. Take that for what it is. Epicroamingadventures agreed with their comment. I agree. I'm hoping they'll change it because it needs to stop. I doubt they'll actually do anything about it, even though they committed to changing it, but okay. Someone else remarked that the option to reduce tips could still be allowed. However, there should be more hoops to jump through in these instances. You should only be able to reduce your tip through a customer service interaction because there's an issue with the driver. The only change you should be able to do freely is add the tip, they argue. I feel like those hoops better be like so hard to get through. Like, you better have thorough evidence of why you should get your tip back. And even if it was just the tip, you should either get a straight refund or the tip back. one or the other, whether it's the fault of the restaurant or the driver. But you shouldn't be messing with a driver's money. You shouldn't be messing with anybody's money. And if a driver pulls something shady to where they deserve their money rescinded, just remove them from the platform. Look, I'm not going to pretend as if there's no bad drivers out there, but pick a lane. Either you're getting rid of the bad drivers who are treating customers poorly and you're not allowing tip baiting, or you're just a shitty company that no one wants to work with anyway. This is my opinion. Where's what you pay for it? I don't need to pay me. There you go. Exactly what she experienced right now in this TikTok with this Costco, with this customer, with this platform is exactly why I don't do shopping orders. Most shopping orders, they allow for tip baiting. I can't do that. I can't commit hours of my time for another customer to have the opportunity to remove the tip from me. It shouldn't be possible. Instacart has their tip guard for up to $10 a year, and even that's more than what Uber Eats is doing. Walmart Spark, I'll do Walmart Spark orders because I rarely have an issue with them, but they shouldn't be allowing them either. And in reality, this is not okay. Like, you shouldn't be allowing tip baiting, period. Shitty customers shouldn't be allowed to get away with shitty things. And tip baiting is the most vicious of practices on any platform for any delivery, let alone grocery delivery. But that's exactly why I'm a firm believer in diversifying your gig portfolio and developing an exit strategy, so that way you're never running into these particular problems. And that way you're not doing an order for $48.65 only to watch it at $9.50 and getting really upset about it because you're working on other apps that are paying you more for doing less and not allowing that kind of shady shit. And that's where the Driven Wyld Discord community is teaching people how to obtain those opportunities. The Driven Wyld Discord community is an exclusive community for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment and entrepreneurial journeys. I partnered with high-level professionals to bring you some of the most exclusive benefits based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Professional opportunities and gig postings, live streams with high-level professionals in our industry, educational systems to help you build your own dispatch company, as well as other scalable opportunities. Our first class for developing your own dispatch company is kicking off on December 4th and are available in the normal course form and in a personalized walkthrough form. Links are going to be in the description, so make sure you're signing up for that as well. And whether you're a gig worker just looking for more opportunities to earn, or looking for an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal, and you're looking for something with more growth potential and scalability, there is something here for you. Check the link in the description and get started on making the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way. We are very much looking forward to helping you solidify your financial future. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.